I broke my back.
What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
What do you mean, calm it down? It's a fight. Referees telling two fighters who want to fight to calm it down? He should calm down.
So he's like a clown in his show, man. He's not your guy.
Because Tyson Fury's back, and all you motherfuckers are under attack.
Look, Eddie Hearn can say all what he likes. Who gives a shit what Eddie Hearn says? It's garbage.
Are you off your tits? Have you been smoking something?
Can you let me retire and be happy? Please? Just please.
Bombs away for the Bronx Bomber!
Wanda! Let's go, baby! Let's go! I'm through. They put somebody else up and give me an interview.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You never give me a fair shake. HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing. You ain't shit. You're not shit.
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.
I got dropped, man.
Are you kidding?
No, you won the fight.
OMG. I am so excited.
Any of you radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
Yes. What is up? MCR family, another live fight chat edition of the show, live on YouTube, obviously podcast from iTunes, Spotify, radio, etc. I'm Matt, the Hipster Hunter. It's going to be a Haney, Abdullaev, and Heather Hardy versus Amanda Serrano, double header edition of live fight chat. Heather Hardy and Amanda Serrano are up right now. Again, the last minute introductions as the fight is about to start. Hit the like button, share the show. I am Matt, the Hipster Hunter. You can find me Matt Hunter, MCR, all platforms, and patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio to help support the channel. But guys, drop down in the live chat. Let me know your last minute prediction of this fight. Serrano versus Heather Hardy. Obviously, I'm of the mindset that Amanda Serrano, if you check the preview show, that she is just far too fast. She is far too powerful at this point in time. And honestly, she's in her prime. She's 30 years old, while Heather Hardy is 36 going in 37. That's a gigantic difference at this point in time. And let's remember that while Heather Hardy is undefeated in boxing, she has taken some significant, devastating, and I would say punishing losses in MMA with Bellator that are quite infamous in terms of the picture. So a lot to sort of take apart here and analyze with this fight, but the fight is about to begin. Call in 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. I see that 503 number. Press 1 to get in the queue if you want to talk. I'll be taking callers in between rounds, all that stuff, because I am solo dolo, no co-host today. So Gary, whoever, if you want to jump in and just kind of ride with me, man, pause. Hey, jump on, man. Call in 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. International caller, Skype, Mixed Combat Radio. But Heather Hardy versus Amanda Serrano is about to begin as I speak. And I'm excited. One of the it's the biggest women's boxing fight of the year, without a doubt. And it is beginning now. Let's see who takes the center, who sort of dictates the pace in the opening round. Serrano already throwing ones and twos, throwing a lot of twos out of that southpaw position and landing it, pushing Heather Hardy back. Heather Hardy, though, she's somebody that likes to box, so I'm not surprised that she's already taken that stance. The one factor, though, is the speed. I wonder if Hardy can contend with the speed. She looks all right at this point in time. Both girls landing some really good shots. Ooh, good shot to the body there from Serrano. Both are willing to sort of throw in twos and threes already in the first round. I like that. Gary in the chat is saying, does anyone think Hardy can win? No one thinks that, right? I really haven't seen anyone pick Hardy yet. Ooh. Might have been a little headbutt there. Ooh, good jabs from Amanda Serrano. Ooh, good flurry from Amanda Serrano. Serrano's flurries are just almost unparalleled in the division. Ooh, Hardy might be hurt. Oh, left hand from Serrano. Hardy is not doing well right now. Ooh, another left hand from Serrano. Heather Hardy about less than 35 seconds left in the round. Can she survive this? Ooh, Serrano. Oh, God. Serrano throwing a combination. Oh, Hardy's bleeding. She's hurt. Eats a huge right hand. Left hand to the body from Serrano. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just constantly. Wow. She hasn't stopped throwing as I'm talking right now. Like, that might be a 20, 30 punch combination. This isn't going to last too long, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Oh. Hardy eating tons and tons of shots here. Round is over. Wow. Wow. Ooh. 10-8 round, right, guys? I mean, I feel like that's a safe bet, right? I feel like we can all safely assume that at this point in time. Wow. Again, call in 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. International callers, call in on Skype. Mixed Combat Radio. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe. Gary in the chat is saying Serrano is levels ahead at this point of their careers. Completely. Completely. And plus, I mean, let's be honest here. They're different generations of fighters. We don't talk about that as much, but they kind of are. Serrano is a younger generation of fighters. She comes from a generation that came after Heather Hardy. Oh, God, the highlights of that left hand just landing at will. Unknown Mystery in the chat. I like that name. Good name. I see how she has so many knockouts. Yeah, because of the flurries. I mean, when you throw, again, 20, 30 punches in a row, you're going to put out people. Right hand to the body from Heather Hardy. Round 2 starting a minute, 55 seconds. Shout out to all the sanctioned bodies not wanting to do 3-minute rounds. Shout out to misogyny in the sport, I guess. Come on. Ridiculous. This should be 3 minutes by now. If that was another minute attached to that round, it would be a first-round knockout. Right? Can we all safely say that? That if this was a 3-minute rounds, 12 rounds. Oh, good little inside right hook by Amanda Serrano. I like that. That was nice. Right hand from Serrano lands. Serrano just hunting her down. Landing shots. Hardy trying to evade, trying to throw back counters, but honestly just not being successful in any way, and surprisingly not really competing in the athletic department, getting outgunned from just a pure power perspective. Ooh. Combination from Amanda Serrano lands as Heather Hardy is against the ropes. Hardy doing a little better job slipping the jab, I should say. Ooh, left hand from Amanda Serrano. Ooh, right hand to the gut. Oh, God, love the body work here. I think Serrano should go invest more to the body, to be quite honest. Hardy is doing a better job of slipping this jab and on top of that, just surviving the onslaught. So go the body more. It would exhaust her. Round is over. 10-9 round there. Easy. First round, though, that was a 10-8. That was close to being stopped, I'll be honest. Rob in the chat saying Hardy is tough as fuck. Agreed. Unknown Mystery saying should be stopped. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those fights that Hardy at this point in time kind of went to MMA because the money was there, but the punishment she took there, I think, kind of ruined her for her boxing career. But she is still named. She is still, honestly, what, guys, the second or third biggest name in women's boxing. And Leonard corrected me saying Serrano turned pro before Hardy. Sorry, Leonard. My apologies. Round 3 about to start. I don't know what Hardy can do here, other than find a way to get her defense going a little bit more. And on top of that, start landing some effective shots. Get Serrano off of her. Hardy coming out a little bit aggressive here in this third round. Good left hand on the body from Serrano. Gary, I think you're going to be wrong about your prediction about the fourth round. I think Serrano sort of taking this last round or so a little bit off. Even though she's winning the round and obviously won the last round, that first round was a was a pace. I still haven't seen a punch stat for that round yet. If anyone does see a punch stat for that round, post it in the live chat, please. That'd be awesome. Because Serrano in 2 minutes probably threw 120 punches. Or at least close to it felt like. Serrano pressuring Hardy. But again, Hardy doing a little bit better job of just evading shots. I think also Serrano not really going for broke as much as she did in the first round, obviously. Gary said my DAZN just crashed. Oh, sorry, Gare. Rob saying much better round for Hardy. It is. It's a far better round for Hardy. And like I said, she's slipping the jab more now. Serrano's one of the people that she needs the jab to land, because then when her jab is landing, she knows she's in range, and then she can land her flurries, or at least she can throw her flurries, per se. Ooh, good 1-2 there from Serrano. Round is over. I mean, I could see people giving that 10-9 to Hardy, to be honest, but I'm starting to give that 10-9 to Serrano. I don't want to get into the mindset of, oh, that was a much better round for Hardy, therefore she won the round. I don't think that's the case. I still think Serrano probably won that round, threw and landed more punches. Pure and simple. Mr. Dave in the chat saying brutal fight, to be honest. Izzy, a.k.a. Philly Boys. And who's winning, Hardy or Serrano? Serrano's winning quite handily, too. But Hardy is getting a little bit back into the game, I should say. And a little bit more back into the fight. Her defense is starting to show a little bit more. Her head movement, I should say. Her awkward movement, you know. She's like a Chris Algieri. She's moving all over the place, slipping shots. Not really effective in the countering, so to speak, but she's throwing a lot sometimes. Round 4 starting 1 minute and 50 seconds for those that want to sync up with us, or me. I see Rob in the chat. I'm thinking like we're both here. No, it's just me. Hi, Rob. It's amazing how much Hardy has sort of come back into the fight from a disastrous first round. I wonder what degree is that just attributed to Serrano maybe going way too for broke in that first round. Curious. Punches landed and thrown so far through round 3. Serrano 176, and then Hardy was 150 something. I didn't read the rest, but damn, felt like it would be more than that. 2-minute rounds though. Only 66% of the fight. Ooh, good left hand from Serrano. Good right hand. Serrano also like way more content right now to sort of just stay in the center of the ring and box with Hardy, and I feel like that's giving the Hardy doing some really good work here in this round. I think that's giving sort of the appearance that Hardy is maybe even winning this round, won maybe the last round. But Hardy is like walking forward at times here in the last minute or so. About 10 seconds left in the round. Good 1-2 by Hardy. I think that's a 10-9 for Hardy, to be quite honest. Serrano didn't do much. And she gave up the real estate completely. Weird couple rounds for Amanda Serrano from, again, that first round. I don't know. I don't really what to attribute that to. It's odd. It's odd. Again, guys, Santiago, I know you're in, like, the New York area. Are you at the fight, Santiago? If you are, I don't want to go to you because then there might be a lot of noise. So if you're not at the fight, Santiago, press 1 to get out of the queue, and then press 1 to go back in the queue. I will see that, and I will know that you're there, and I'll go to you and get your sort of round-by-round score. Oh, yeah, he is there. Okay. Let me go to you, Santiago. Santiago.
Yo.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Just enjoying the fights here at the hotel. Kind of coming down with something. Hopefully it won't be what follows me back home. But, yeah, honestly, that last round could have easily been a 10-10 for me. But I thought that Hardy, did just enough to edge it out, and Serrano didn't do just enough to give that as a 10-9 to Hardy. So right now I have given her at least the 4th round, so it's 3-1 in favor of Serrano.
Now, are you noticing the same thing of Hardy sort of coming back into this fight that I am? And if you are, what are you attributing that to?
To be honest, when you talked about like how that first round went, it reminded me of Mike Jones when he tried to go for the kill in the second round and just completely spent himself. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe that's what's happening, and now she's just trying to catch her breath, and that's what's actually allowing Hardy to like start to time her and figure out what it is that she's trying to do.
Agreed, Santa. I'm going to go back to you after the fight. Thank you for the insight there. Always appreciate it. Round 5, about 45 seconds left in the round. Another competitive round similar to the last couple, where you can probably make a case for Heather Hardy winning it, though Chris Mannix is scoring every round for Amanda Serrano 10-9. And he didn't even give the first round 10-8. So I don't know what he is doing here. I don't know if he just has the rounds written down already. Like, what is he doing? Eric Cruz in the chat. I see you, Cruz. What up, man? Mr. David saying Jessica McCaskill at ringside. I'm okay with that. Always okay with that. I'm getting some breaking news across the production line from our producers. It seems like Eric Gomez is out there tweeting again. Let's see. Okay, bro. By the way, guys, we are totally gonna, again, I keep saying I'm gonna totally break down the Ryan Garcia Golden Boy kerfuffle, so to speak, in between fights. So when the Heather Hardy fight is done, and before the Haney fight is up, I will go and break down the timeline of the Ryan Garcia Golden Boy beef with the whole Avery Sparrow going to jail. It's crazy, but I will break it down as best as I can because it's pretty good. Last round, I have no idea who won that round. I'll give it 10-10 because I wasn't really paying attention. I'll be honest. I've been doing stuff right here. Round 6 starting. Hardy good right hand on the body. Again, Hardy just being really aggressive right here. Hardy's ability to just tough out situations is obviously one of the reasons why I think she's such a fan favorite, but also one of the reasons that she's been so successful, not being the greatest athlete, starting so late. On top of that, I do think she has some natural ability. Like, she has some natural boxing ability. You can see it. Good right hand on the body from Heather Hardy. Like, if she was somebody that started boxing at the age of 5, started doing mitt work and bag work and all that stuff, went to the amateurs, all that stuff, she would have been something special, in my opinion. She just didn't have that luxury. About a minute left in the round. Ooh, good right. Left hand from Amanda Serrano. Heather Hardy, though, again, doing really good work here this round. I'm probably going to give this round to Heather Hardy. She's catching with the jab. She's evading a lot of the offense of Serrano here. Serrano is being highly ineffective. Santiago saying Mannix gave the last round to Hardy. Oh, I didn't see that. Last time I checked, he gave every round to Serrano. Ooh, good right hand from Heather Hardy. Just such an awkward style and sort of footwork. Ooh, good 1-2 from Heather Hardy. Round is about to end. Round is over. Heather Hardy round clearly 10-9. God, I can't wait to talk about this Ryan Garcia news. It is chef's kiss, guys, right? Like this information might be the best stuff I've seen in some time. I really wish Rob was on the show. Well, actually, Rob, you can probably call in, obviously. And but Rob, text me when. By the way, because you're listening right now, text me when you're going to call in, because I have the StreamYard thing down. So if you want to get on that thing, or Skype, you can always Skype as well, Rob. If I put StreamYard down for now, just to help out our stream, so to speak. Round 7 about to start. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe, patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio. Call in 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. Serrano coming out a little more aggressive this round, as she should. Somebody should be in her corner telling her, hey, what are you doing? You're letting rounds go, and you're not doing anything. You had her almost dead to right, so to speak, in the first round, and you let her come back into it. Leonard, if anyone thinks Serrano can beat Taylor, are living in a fantasy world. Not only that, but like the size difference is a factor. Katie Taylor's a lightweight. This is a featherweight fight, right? It's 126. Talking about 2 divisions higher, for God's sake. Nah. That won't be a good fight for Amanda Serrano at all. About a minute left in the round. Good left hand from Amanda Serrano. Much better round for her. Just more aggressive. And therefore, I think when she's just walking forward, throwing combinations, she's in her mode. She's in her best form. Good combination from Amanda Serrano. Hardy, again, though, doing a decent job of slipping the jab at least. That's upsetting the entire game of Serrano. 20 seconds left. Ooh, good left hand. Leonard, Hardy, Serrano are natural featherweights. Yeah, that's why. Let alone the skill maybe disparity between Serrano and Katie Taylor. I don't think it's that much of a skill disparity, to be honest. I think it's more of a size disparity. (10-9) round for Amanda Serrano. But again, competitive. I like how this fight turned into a much more competitive fight than what it looked like at first. Because if it was just like a fourth or third round blowout, I don't think I would have liked that. I don't think that would have done a disservice to the sport and to women's boxing, honestly, for that to be the case. Like in a weird way, like the Shields Hammer fight being so dominant was kind of that way. It led to us thinking like there's nobody else for Shields to really be competitive with, because Shields is just that much better than everyone else. Unknown Mystery saying a very competitive fight. Yes, I think everyone is shocked that it turned into this after that first round. 8th round has started. 1 minute and 50 seconds for those that want to sync up with us. Good combination from Heather Hardy. Hardy does a really fantastic job of slipping the jab, landing that right hand, and then coming back with that left hook. She does it consistently. She'll go back to that time and time again. That's basically her counter. While Serrano is much more of a, I want to double jab and then throw my stiff left hand out of the southpaw position and land it. Ooh, headbutt. Oh. Ow. Ow, that hurt. That hurt my face. Good left hand of the body from Ana Serrano. Another thing, maybe I haven't been paying attention to it as much as I should. And maybe somebody in the chat might disagree with me on this, but I think Serrano gave up going to the body as well. She started headhunting a lot. Good left hand of the body right there from Serrano. Misses 3 punches to land that left hand, but hey, she lands that left hand at least. About 30 seconds left. Heather Hardy reminds me of like a Gabe Rosado right now, where you can tell they are past their prime athletically, but their skill set keeps them competitive when they probably shouldn't be. Round is over. 10-9 round for Ana Serrano. .503 number. You've been on the line for a while. Press 1 if you want to talk, man. It's okay if you don't right now. That's fine. 2. No issues. Just making sure you heard. Curious about everyone's opinion about the Ryan Garcia news. Can't wait to get to that. And again, Rob, you better call in for that shit at least. Because Eric Gomez might be going at his boss's title of King Petty. Let's be honest. Oh, it's so good. Round 9 starting. 1 minute and 52, 51, 50 seconds for those that want to sync up. Ooh, I got a 1111111 number. That means it's a troll. Hey, troll, you're going to have to wait till after this round, but I will definitely go to you. I'm solo dolo today. I got the time. I don't care. Wow, Chris Mannix has only given 1 round to Heather Hardy. I can definitely see 2 or 3 for her. Just 1, though? Damn. I mean, I can see it, but you're giving a lot of credit to Serrano's pressure. And at times, really ineffective pressure. Rob, go to the 111 for real. Don't worry, Rob, I will. He's still there. I think he knows. Like, yeah, I'm with the shits. Don't worry. This should be fun. It might top Gary's calls the other day. Good combination from Heather Hardy on the back foot. Again, Serrano just missing so many shots here. But Hardy, she's just getting stuck along the ropes too many times. And she'll eat, 2 or 3 punches, roll out. Maybe land 1 or 2. Eating punches, constantly being thrown at, constantly having to slip shots. Boom, good left hand from Ana Serrano. Right down the pipe. Round is over. Okay, guys. 1-1-1. Hold on, nice. Go here. How are you?
What's up, you little communist spick weasel? You little spick, little beaner spick, little weasel spick piece of shit.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
You're built like a little weasel spick. You look like an honest a rat. Your face resembles a rodent. You're a dirty little spick.
I'm not. I'm white, dude. Oh, he hung up. Oh my god. Guys, he hung up. I swear to God, I didn't do that. I wanted to like find out about him. I wanted to go like know his hopes and dreams. But I'm white, dude. So good. Round 10 starting. 1 minute and 51 seconds. That was worth it. 1-1-1-1. Call back anytime. I don't know why you jumped off. Oh. Relax there. Blog talk. Good right hand from Heather Hardy. Oh, Block Talk might have turned it off or something. Oh no. Santiago, let me know in the chat if Block Talk isn't working anymore. Santiago, press 1 if you can hear me. Uh-oh. Might have some Block Talk issues right here. About 30 seconds left. Rob, don't encourage them, okay? Don't. Ooh. Good combination from... Oh! Good combination from Amanda Serrano. Let me go to Santiago and see if he's there. Fight is over. We're going to go to decision. Santiago, are you there? Santiago. We might be experiencing some Block Talk issues. We're going to the 503 number to see if he's there. 503, are you there? 503. Yeah, it just went out. Okay. I'll fix Block Talk while we're in between fights. Damn. Jay Prajay saying, I feel sorry for Amanda, 7-division world champ with actual power for a female. No one knows about her. Yeah, but I mean, let's just be honest about it. Women's boxing didn't really receive any opportunities till in the last, 3 or 4 years? Honestly speaking, guys. Like, except for maybe 2 or 3 names in the last 30 years. Largely speaking, women's boxing hasn't been more of a regular thing on cards till 4 years ago, give or take. And it's just going to take time. And a lot of these really talented women, including Clarissa Shields, are just too ahead of their time. Being honest. With the way the fan base looks at women's boxing, unfortunately, which is just sad. And you guys that are in the chat that have listened to me talk for a long time know exactly what I mean. I think also, if you really think about it, how the industry from a structural perspective treats women's boxing, like I've said, 10-minute rounds, 10 rounds, 2-minute rounds. 10 rounds, 2-minute rounds, yeah, for women's boxing is ridiculous because it is 20 minutes of action. A women's title fight is 20 minutes of fighting. A men's title fight is 36 minutes of action. You're talking about almost doubling the amount of fight time for a men's title fight comparative to a women's title fight. That's just on its surface discriminatory. It's on its surface putting women to a spot where they're never going to be accepted like the men or given opportunities like the men. Therefore, the sport is not going to grow for the women as much as the men because they aren't seen as the same. Like, it structurally is put that way. Not just from the perception of the fans. Literally how the rules and the fight is structured is different. So until that is changed, I just think we're never going to see a gigantic shift, to be quite honest. That needs to be something that a lot more of us in the media, including me, talk more often about. Even if it's not a news topic, just talk about it more often. Because somebody has to. Okay. Let's see if Blog Talk is going to be working now. Sorry about that, guys. Amanda Serrano won via, I think it was unanimous decision. Not really surprising. She was clearly the better fighter in this fight, but I think she relied far too much on headshots. I think she relied far too much on just volume and throwing shots instead of placing shots because she became really inactive, or not inactive, really ineffective as the fight went on, even though her activity rate sort of stayed the same. And also, I think the first round burnt her out in a way that I don't think she was expecting. And on top of that, Heather Hardy's defensive skill and talent showed through. I'm not surprised by that, but what I am surprised is that she was able to grit it out through that first round and honestly just make Serrano have to box her. Serrano couldn't, throw shot after shot after shot on her constantly. That became a thing that no longer was possible for her. She couldn't just flurry Hardy into TKO. She had to work for it. And even then, she couldn't get it. Come on, Blog Talk. What's the deal? Rob, I just saw the guy you blocked. Oh my god, that's so good. Super chat. Oh, thank you, man. And it's a sizable one too, man. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's see if it works now. Santiago, I believe it is working now if you want to test it. But Unknown Mystery with the Super Chat. Again, thank you, man. Just felt like giving you something. I've been listening to you since I've been stationed in South Korea back in 2017. Wow. I appreciate your hard work, brother. Man, I really appreciate everything you do. Be safe over there, man. Thank you for your service. And damn, 2017. And I'm curious, listen to MCR since 2017 or listen to like me and Rob back in Name Redacted in 2017? Just curious if there's a distinction there. But let me see. Let me see what else we have here in the chat. Alex, you're not the only one, man. Don't worry. No, Gary, don't say he is. Alex, you're good. Don't worry about it. Don't feel ashamed. She's cool. Trust me. I've interviewed her, met her in person. You're good. Totally acceptable opinion. Let me see. Jay Project saying Ronda's first pay-per-view did like 500K. Yeah, but remember she built up on Showtime significantly before that. Neem, McNally, and I think in reference to women's boxing industry of it, saying it's getting better though. Absolutely. I don't think that's not disputable at all, that it's getting better. It's just, is it getting better fast enough for these women right now fighting to get the benefits of the evolution of the sport that they are a part of? I don't know, to be honest. I could definitely see women's boxing getting to a healthy place as a sport within, 10 years? But in 10 years' time, a lot of these women are going to be out of their prime or even not even fighting anymore, to be honest. So, I don't know about that one. Let me see what else. Leonard, like in all boxing, when you fight better fighters, it's always harder to stop them. Agreed. Hardy ain't that good, but better than most of Serrano's opponents. Absolutely agree. Unknown, you and Rob on back on the other stuff. And Rob with the quotes around the other stuff. Oh, that's funny. It looks like Blog Talk is back up, 323-870-4051. But let's go and let's break down as fast as we can, maybe, this this entire Ryan Garcia story, because, man, it is a good one, right? Can we all just agree here that this is fantastic? Mike Coppinger was the one to sort of break the levee, saying sources, Avery Sparrow was arrested, and as a result, his fight with Ryan Garcia is off. This isn't a new crime. He's accused of. U.S. Marshals were searching for Sparrow this week in Los Angeles. And then Lance Pugmire saying, just spoke to Eric Gomez, president of Golden Boy, about the Sparrow Garcia situation. Quote, we were tipped off Tuesday. We went to Ryan's new advisor and lawyer and said, look, there's a potential problem that the promoter is trying to work on it. We have a backup, Romero Duno, who's on the card. More from Gomez. Today, Sparrow gets arrested, and we tell Garcia's team Duno is still willing to fight. Ryan turned him down and said he's too tough. Quote, too tough. Oh. Duno is available. He's on weight. He's on the card, and Ryan turned him down. He doesn't want to fight him.
Say what?
Please believe your demise will be televised.
Damn. Gomez going in tough right now. Relax. Gomez. And then the last from Gomez per Lance Pugmire. We've done our due diligence since Tuesday or Wednesday. If Ryan tells us tonight, I'll fight Duno. Duno will fight him tomorrow. But it continues, guys. The story does not stop here. From my copter sources, Ryan Garcia's team is very disappointed in the issue wasn't resolved and no replacement opponent was secured, considering Golden Boy knew since Wednesday that Avery Sparrow was in serious legal trouble that jeopardized the bout. Garcia livid with Golden Boy Promotions after 8-week camp wasted. So this sets up obviously the antagonistic remarks. This little clip from DAZN.
Guys, Avery Sparrow is off the card tomorrow night. He was arrested earlier today by
and
US
Ryan Garcia
Marshals.
replies
He's not going to fight Ryan Garcia.
to this clip
now,
with this right
we
here.
don't have a lot of information on the particular arrest, but I did ask Eric Gomez, the president of Golden Boy, if they knew this was possible, which The Athletic reported. Why didn't they have a backup in place? And Gomez told me they did have a backup in place. Romero Duno, a lightweight contender who is also on the card on Saturday, opening the main card on DAZN. He was available to come off that fight and fight Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has publicly said at some point he wants to fight Romero Duno. Gomez told me he informed Garcia's camp of the potential problem on Wednesday. He told them on Friday, when this all came apart today, that Duno was ready to fight, and he was told by Garcia's camp that they will not fight Duno. According to Gomez, it was because Duno is too tough.
And Ryan Garcia replies, I really wish y'all didn't have to put out fucking lies. It's going to be good. It's going to get like that, isn't it, guys?
You're the only person that says that.
Fuck that shit. Fuck boxing. Fuck boxing.
I really wish y'all didn't have to put out Fucking lie. Sad as fuck. Never in my life have I ever said someone is too tough. Laughing my ass off, trying to cover their fuck up. He continues, you would do anything to make the blame on me. I had no clue Avery had a warrant. He got arrested. The card in risk because I sold and got the viewers. Remember when I didn't have value? Now a bullshit story comes out that I'm scared of Duno. Peanuts I've been given, and guess what? Also adding to this story, per Lance Pugmire, one name also eligible is Peter Petrov, per, again, Lance Pugmire. Also adding via Ryan Sangali, Ramirez Duno's co-promoter, Jim Claude, I'm not going to try to pronounce that last name, tells me that Ryan Garcia's camp not only turned down a fight with Duno tomorrow, but they also offer money for Duno to step aside and allow Garcia to fight Ivan Delgado, who is scheduled to fight Duno. Little clip of Ryan Garcia in the lobby after the news.
Why do you feel that would even come out, like that they would be releasing something like that?
I know you're smart.
I'm asking you. I want to hear from you, brother.
and that's it. So it's clear that there is some major animosity, and then also to finish it up, sort of trying to, I think, save his own ass right now. Eric Gomez saying, I want to clarify my previous quote. Team Garcia, not Ryan Garcia, declined the Duno fight since the trainer believed Duno was a tough opponent to take on 24-hour notice without proper preparation. Okay. Now, my thoughts on this saga and all of this bullshit. Look, any fighter that has a fight fall out within a day's notice, I am never expecting them to take the short notice opponent. I'm just being honest. Like, the mental side of the game is far too important to have that happen within 24 hours of your fight. At this level, or a prospect like him, no. And not only that, like I said, any fighter, if your fight falls out within 1 day's notice and you don't want to take that short notice fight, I'm not going to be mad about it. I don't think anyone is, or at least they shouldn't be. Now, tabling that to the topic of Gomez versus Ryan Garcia or the Golden Boy versus Ryan Garcia beef, we reported back not too long ago about Ryan Garcia and Canelo luring up, wanting to open the books of Golden Boy and see what they're sort of bringing into the company and what they're being given. And this is another story and a very public one in that, along with that fact, sort of that compounds with that earlier story maybe a month or so ago of issues between Ryan Garcia and Canelo Alvarez, who is main training partner and mentor at this point, and Golden Boy. And I think if this issue is not resolved quickly and to the satisfaction of Ryan Garcia, I expect to see heads butt even more so, and I would not be surprised to see some sort of legal action at least be flirted around, to be quite honest. Rob is saying that okay, hold on. Breaking news. Attach this. Okay. Per Barboza Box on Twitter, who I believe works for ESPN, breaking source, Peter Petrov most likely as the replacement for Avery Sparrow. Still in the works. Petrov must weigh no more than 142 pounds tomorrow in order to be approved by the California State Athletic Commission, as per sources. Hey, if it's Peter Petrov, that's a tough fight. He gave Flanagan a tough fight. He's been a guy that's been a perennial top 15 guy for a long time. I mean, if he takes... Even like Duno's a good prospect. I think he lost in his last fight, but he's a really good fighter. Like, both of these sort of short notice fights aren't walkovers. So if he takes them, kudos to Ryan Garcia. If he doesn't, I think that's no shame on him, to be honest. And Golden Boy's just overall malpractice as a promoter. Eric Gomez, Oscar, everyone included, when it comes to not only this situation, but Ryan Garcia's career in the last year or so, Canelo in the last few months. It is apparent now that they have no idea what to do. They have no real long-term business strategy. They're just winging it. And it's clear from this news cycle that that's what they're doing. Because Ryan Garcia is your second biggest name. It might not be your second best name, but he's your second biggest name. And to go out into the public and say, oh, he is saying this, that he doesn't want to take this fight because this guy is too tough. The amount of damage that does to his brand and just from a PR perspective it's a nightmare. It's a PR nightmare. And Golden Boy didn't have to make this a PR nightmare. You know what I mean? They put that on themselves. Eric Gomez specifically. And I'm not surprised Ryan Garcia is upset. He should be. I would be too if the person that I pay to promote me is out there saying I'm scared to fight someone. Fuck you talking about. Don't you dare put that on my name. And again, Ryan Garcia has already taken steps to pursue legal matters against Golden Boy in the past few weeks. That's not a good sign. This is not a good sign for that issue from a few weeks ago. But on my prediction on what happened, I think Golden Boy has to appease Ryan Garcia here. They have to pay him maybe a little bit extra for having to put up with this bullshit and taking a short notice fight of this level. Peter Petrov or Romero Duno, those are two really tough guys, and Peter Petrov has been tested with top-level champions. So this is a step up in competition, honestly, from Avery Sparrow. So, yeah, I would expect him to get paid more if he's fighting a guy that's arguably better than his first scheduled opponent on one day's notice while your promoter's out there saying that you're scared. Something's not right here with the Golden Boy, and I think that's clear as day. Santiago, I'm going to go out to you if you want to talk about this issue, because I think it's one that I think you probably have opinions of. Santiago, thoughts?
Pretty stupid. Very obvious that, whatever you are going to say, especially in a public realm like Twitter, where, Ryan is pretty much a social media star, you're going to get found out one way or the other. And honestly, it is bullshit just because of the fact that, like, we've been hearing, the hums of something's about to go down. You've talked about it on a couple episodes beforehand about this. Mm-hmm. And to have this be just more fuel to the fire is just kind of like, dude, like, the public look on you right now is going to be so bad just because it's searchable. You're not going to be able to say this or that because as far as we're going, that first impression is exactly what we're going to stick to. And it's not being helped.
Agreed on all parts. Santiago, thoughts on the Heather Hardy-Serrano fight and the decision?
Good fight. Hardy showed her toughness. I obviously was riding with Serrano on this one. Did think that she could have stopped them, and if anything, dude, I can imagine that the more fights like this we get for the women too, the more you're gonna start seeing people like, JP, I remember when we were watching Shields Hammer, just look at that and be like, just that extra minute. And it really does become a game changer at that point. Because I'm with you. Had there been a full 60 seconds for that, she probably could have gotten a first-round TKO. Whether or not she put her down, just the amount of punches that she was throwing within that round, it could have easily been warranted.
Agreed on all parts. Santiago, main event, seems like they're about to have the walkout, so I will go to you midway through the fight for scorecards if need be. Thank you for the thoughts, as always. Always appreciate it. And, take some, like, Benadryl or something like that, man. Like, you're getting the sniffles over there, man. Concerned for you. We're actually going to take a little mini break. We're going to be right back, guys. Don't worry. Fight's about to start. We're going to be here. Don't worry. But we're going to be right back. Don't worry, we'll be right back. It's okay. Yes. I am back. Abdullaev has made his walk. He's in the ring. Haney is about to make his walk out. Last minute sort of thoughts on this fight. The main event, obviously, of the night, little Friday night boxing. I think Haney is far too fast, far too strong, far too talented, far too varied in his skill set for this fight. I mean, Abdullaev is a guy that is pretty much straight down a basic fighter, likes to throw a jab a lot, likes a left hook, good 1-2, and that's it. That's really that's what he is. He is a poor man's Victor Postal. He might even be someone like an Edward Ternovsky sort of type. But I'll be honest here. I think Haney should get the knockout. Abdullaev is a guy that, did not have a good amateur career at all, not one of any real note. On top of that, also, I will say, is that a boogie? That'd be cool. If Abdullev's really only fight of note against Mickey Bay is an indicator, somebody with really good speed and defense and overall, skill, let's be honest, right? They're going to give him a lot of issues. And I think he was partially only able to win that Mickey Bay fight because Mickey Bay is, how old is he? 30-something years old. At this point now a clear gatekeeper of the top 30 of the division, so to speak, right? That's his placement. So I don't... that fight was a lot closer than I think the scorecards led on, I'll put it that way. But both men are in the ring now. Final instructions are about to happen. Maybe some anthems. I hope not some anthems. I really fucking hope we don't get some anthems. That'd be great, guys. Just get these fights going. Again, call in 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. International callers calling on Skype. Mixed Combat Radio. The one unfortunate part about this fight is that if Haney beats Abdullaev, it's not a real indication that he is ready for a Lomachenko, Richard Comey, even guys like Luke Campbell, Pedraza if he moves back down to 135. There's certain guys I just go, I still don't know if he's ready for them. I still don't know if he beats them yet. Because Abdullaev isn't a great test for those guys. He isn't. He's a guy that Haney should beat, clearly. And it's one of those fights where it's clearly a step towards the right direction within the sanctioning body's rankings. Unfortunately, Abdullaev is this high ranked that it makes sense. And it's for the interim fight, so to speak. But it doesn't really answer much for what Haney is at the very top level. Or at least it shouldn't. Right? All things go according to plan, so to speak, right? It shouldn't tell us much about Haney. It should tell us, yeah, he's better than guys like this. Because he is. If Abdullaev gives him a lot of issues, then maybe it tells us something, but that's much more of a negative storyline, which I don't think is probably going to happen. But Abdullaev's real path to victory here is to sort of hope that he can press Haney, that he can cut off the ring, that left hook of his that is quite effective, land, and he can sort of land it at will, and may follow up with sort of a right hand uppercut combo, something, adding some spice to it, because he is, again, quite basic, but he has to, again, press Haney. He has to cut off the ring. He has to land that patented left hook. And for Haney, he just to do what he does. Slip shots, land counters. And honestly, we've seen Haney lately be the guy where when he does press forward is actually probably more effective. And if he wants to press Abdullaev forward, then he might be able to, start putting combinations together. And just because of the hand speed and the power, might be able just to blow Abdullaev away. So Haney has far more paths of victory here in this matchup. Let me see. Anything in the chat, guys? Smash that like button, of course. This is Solo Dolo, live fight chat. Rob is in the chat, but not here on the show with me. It's sad, guys. It's really depressing. Gary hasn't called in once. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if I've hurt his feelings. Both men getting the last instructions. Touch gloves in the center of the ring. Fight is about to start. Let's go. Oh, let me see. Any other good sound bites? Oh, I know what to play. Hold on. Where is it?
I am Phil. I am very Phil.
I am Phil. I am very Phil. Devin Haney versus Zau Abdullaev. I'm just going to call him Abdullaev. Round 1 starting now. Abdullaev, the taller guy. See if he can impose that height. But Haney looks the more muscular, longer reach as well, it seems. Abdullaev already sort of pressing Haney back. Let's see how successful that can be. Haney sort of just pushing him away. That looked pretty sloppy, in my opinion. There's times Haney looks really amateurish. I'll put it that way. For a guy with that much talent, that much ability, that much skill, there's times where he just does stuff where I'm just like, what are you doing? But then I sort of just chalk that up to being a very young guy. Ooh, good right hand, pull back counter from Devin Haney. About 2 minutes left in the round. Good right hand from Devin Haney again. Haney, if he wants, he can probably press this guy. I can see it already. Good jab. Ooh, double jab, right hand from Devin Haney. Come back with left hook. It's there. There we go. He threw it, but Abdullaev ducked under. I think he expected it. Good jab from Haney. Right now, man, there's a clear difference here. Abdullaev just threw a jab to the body and just got swatted away like it was nothing. Good lead hook by Devin Haney. Haney doing really good work here. Good jab. Good lead hook there. But like I said, he can probably dictate the pace here. Probably press forward. Not really an active first round. Clearly, I feel that round. But, ooh, good little left hand from Devin Haney. Ooh, good right hand from Devin Haney. Good jab. Haney just needs to keep throwing. I think he needs to throw in combination. Unknown mysteries. Is this supposed to be a test for Haney? I don't know, to be quite honest. I think from the sanctioning body rankings perspective, yes. But from a real material, like who has done what and who is more credentialed, I don't know. I don't think so. Clearly, Abdullaev has the better win in the pros. But Haney has a much better amateur career on top of that. Haney is clearly the better, more blue-chip prospect. Clearly the better fighter. So I don't know if it really should be a test for him. Santiago saying 120, 107 Haney. Yo, Santiago, that's dirty, man. That's fucked up, man. Don't. Yo, if we get 12 rounds of this, guys, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough show. I'll start talking about other stuff probably. We got other news topics I can talk about. Round 2 starting. Again, Haney, he can press forward. You know, for a guy that obviously has been compared to Floyd a lot, right? Pretty boy Floyd, young Floyd, a la young Haney. Young Floyd pressed guys and beat them up. He threw in combination. Oh, let's hope. Oh, good little combo there from Abdullaev. At least he threw something, Come alive there. Both of you, honestly. Oh, God. The speed of Devin Haney is just unreal. Abdullaev tried to throw it was either a left hook to the body or like a jab to the body. I don't know what that was, really. And Haney just backed up, threw a little jab, countered him. Ooh, good right hand on the inside there from Devin Haney. See, Haney threw about 3 jabs right there, got real close. That right to the body was there. Something was there, and he just didn't throw it. He backed away. But hopefully, that's one of those things as a young fighter he gets better on. Ooh, good pullback right hand counter from Haney. The ability to capitalize on moments is something that is a skill that you learn with time. And usually when you hit your prime is when you're best at it. Even then, you see guys almost like a Pacquiao who do that quite well, obviously very, very past their prime. Good right hand to the body there from Devin Haney. The speed disparity is just so wide between these two. And that's why Abdullaev is kind of worried to throw punches. He threw a combination right there. Nothing really landed. Ooh, good right hands there from Devin Haney. God. Good uppercut. Haney just doing a lot of good work here. Good left hand on the body. Doubled it up. Good right hand on the body. Abdullaev sort of gesturing like you're not doing anything, but dude, you're literally not doing anything. Like you can say Haney's not hurting you, but if you're not throwing punches back, like what are you doing? I know, mystery. He really did. Haney didn't see that Floyd though. He might have went back and watched tape. That's not the Floyd he knew. Yeah. Yeah, like Floyd versus was it Hernandez? Oof. Oof. Brutal. Gary Hector Tanahara out jab Haney all day. Eddie Hearn and the rest. But you think Tanahara can out jab Eddie Hearn? Okay. Okay. You can do that. About to head into round 3. Clear round for Devin Haney. And like Santiago said, probably could be a 120, 107 scorecard. Yay. Yay. Round 3, 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Abdullaev trying to press him a little bit more right now, but not cutting off the ring at all. Not really even throwing him to sort of meet him as he's moving, you know. I was down with Keith Thurman once in his camp. It was sort of recent after the surgery, the elbow surgery, so he was just teaching us some stuff. And like one of the biggest things, like one of the simplest things he taught us was, look, if you have a guy circling out left or right, meet him with the hook. You have to. Stop him. Okay? And if you're the guy that's circling, you can either, turn and absorb it and like push through the hook, or boom, reverse course and keep going the other way. But you have to throw a shot to stop a guy circling. Footwork alone is not enough. Like that was something that Keith Thurman taught me, is that is a key to cutting off the ring. People think it's just picking an angle with your feet and then cutting off the ring, again, from a footwork perspective. But no, you have to throw a hook. You have to throw some sort of shot to meet the person as they're moving a certain direction. You have to do that. It may not be effective in landing, but that's not the point. The effect of the shot is to stop them moving. Minute and 20 seconds. Unknown. Saying, to be honest, Floyd was hit more at this stage. Oh, yeah, but, Floyd was fighting. Floyd was a featherweight, lightweight champion by his, 20th fight. Like, maybe even, a junior welterweight champion. Or super lightweight champion, depending where you're at. The guy's fighting far different competition than Devin Haney. Ooh. Oh, good right hand. Oh. Abdullaev a little bit off balance or hurt right there. I don't know. But, again, Haney is landing some really good right hands here. And I think if he just presses forward, if he becomes the aggressor, he could get this guy out of here if he wants. It wouldn't be an issue. Ooh. Abdullaev is trying to catch Haney with that left hook, like I'm saying, right? But he's just too slow. He's too slow to the draw. It's like an Old West gunfight. And Haney's just faster. faster to the gun. Pure and simple. Round is over. Another clear 10-9 round heading to the fourth. Gary, Eddie Hearn and them better avoid Tanahara like the plague. Oh, what are you on, Gary? You better call in. You better call in, Gary. That's all I'm going to say about that. I want to hear how you break down Tanahara beating Haney when Tanahara is slow as hell. Ooh, good left hook. Brought it back down low to the body. I love when people double up the left hook and bring it either, from up top to down low or from down low to up top. I love that. It's one of my favorite things to see in boxing in terms of like a combination. Round 4 has started. 2 minutes and 55, 54, and 53 seconds. For those that want to sync up, hit the like button, share the show, subscribe. Patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio. Call in 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. International callers call in on Skype. Mixed Combat Radio. Definitely going to want to hear people's opinion about these two fights, even the Michael Hunter fight. And hell, Gary, better call in and talk about who was your man that just got knocked out by Danir Lusanov on the card? Your Texas prospect. We got to talk about that. Oh! Left hook from Abdullaev lands. Haney backing up. I don't know if that really affected him. The camera angle was really bad, to be honest. Gary, yes. He asking if Haney doesn't get the stoppage, are you going to hate on Haney like you do on Tanahara? Absolutely. But that's not why I hate on Tanahara, to be quite honest. It's not because he didn't get the stoppage. Rashad Hicks. Thank you, Gary, for the Texas prospect that lost via first round KO, which was, I will admit, maybe even slightly controversial. So we can talk about that as well. The replay did not give that knockout any help, or the stoppage from the ref any help. Ooh, good jab from Devin Haney. Much better round from Abdullaev, but still, I mean, Haney's jab has controlled most of the round. Speed, counters, everything. Like he's leading the dance. And Abdullaev is trying to react to everything Haney is doing. Even when Haney is on the back foot countering, he's the one in control. He's the one, in theory, leading. He's leading the tone, leading the pace of the fight. Haney is one of those people that does highly value control over everything else. Controlling a fight is more important than anything else. Even if the fight gets, let's say if he goes for the stoppage or he starts getting aggressive, starts throwing combinations and gets out of character because he feels like he is still in control at that point. If he doesn't do it, it's because he feels like he won't be in control at that point. Oh, good right hand from Devin Haney. Good uppercut from Haney as well. Abdullaev just put his hands down, going, "What? That's all you got?" I don't know if that's what he said. Just interpreting. Prior Jay saying Abdullaev is a high-ranked guy. He won't be easy to finish, but Devin's on the way. Yeah, but he's a high-ranked guy for beating just Mickey Bay. I don't know if that means much yet. Doesn't mean what it did back in 2014 or 15. Abdullaev definitely, though, needs to throw more in combination. The times he has thrown in 2s and 3s, and more specifically 3s, he's had success. And on top of that, Haney is a guy that does not like pressure. Oh, they're stopping the fight. Wow. Corner stoppage. Whoa. Okay. The round is stopped. Devin Haney defeating Abdullaev via 4th to 5th round intermission, so to speak. Corner stoppage. Haney looked good. I mean, he looked in control. He was landing right hands at will. And to be honest, Abdullaev wasn't going to win that fight. So good on them on not wasting their fighters' health and just, brain health overall for another 8 rounds of damage that he was going to sustain and maybe even a finish. But on top of that, our time, because there was no point in continuing that fight at all. There was no point. But calling, guys, 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. International callers, Skype, Mixed Combat Radio. Rob, you better call in some way. I don't know if you want to do Skype or StreamYard. So I prop StreamYard's back up, Rob, if you want to jump on. But yes, let's take some calls, and I'll give my thoughts on the fight as well. But damn, right hands at will. The jab controlled the entire fight. And again, Haney values control. That's one of the things that he values more so than anyone else in this game, especially from the prospect level. And shout out to Abdullaev's corner for stopping the fight. There was no reason to do that. Or I should say, no reason to continue the fight. Unknown saying, are you doing a live show tomorrow? We are definitely doing some sort of shows tomorrow. To what degree, I do not know. We have a Skype caller. Hold on. Skype. Who is this? Daryl?
Hey, what's up, man? This Unknown.
Unknown. What up, man?
Hey, man. I just wanted to call in, man. I appreciate everything you do, man.
No, I appreciate you for listening for this long, for sticking around with me and Rob through everything, man. I really appreciate it, man. Truly.
Oh, so you knew what I was talking about when I said the other stuff, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. All right, man. I'm going to mute my mic and just keep listening to the show, man. Thanks again, bro.
Thank you, man. Always appreciate it.
All right, man.
Let's go out to who else? Let's go to some more calls. Let's go out to Santiago. Not in LA. He was in LA. Now he's in New York right now. But Santiago, thoughts on Haney's performance?
Pretty much a ho-hum experience for me. Like you said, it's not really a fight that was supposed to tell us something the same way that the Avery Sparrow fight was supposed to tell us something about Ryan Garcia. We kind of figured he was going to do what he needed to do to get the win, and he pretty much did just that. He obviously showed himself to be, a class or two above his opponent tonight. And really, I think the one thing I just want to know is whether or not he can keep that kind of control against a fighter that's unorthodox or really brings the pressure, be it from being able to, endure the shots or just simply giving Haney problems and not being able to really set into a rhythm.
Agreed. I agree in all parts. I definitely can't wait to see Haney face someone that is truly elite, because he clearly is talented. He clearly belongs on that level to some degree. It's just a matter of him fighting those guys.
Yeah, pretty much. At this point, it's just a matter of who's the guy that we can actually say to ourselves, you know what, this should be an interesting fight, or this should be a fascinating fight, because so far his last 2-3 opponents, they've just been guys that we say, yeah, Haney's supposed to win this one. That was even a conversation earlier today when we were having dinner, the fact that Haney should knock this guy out easy. So that's not much else to say. He had a good performance. Let's see him step it up.
Agreed. Thank you for the call, Santiago. And stay healthy out there, man. Take some medicine. Let's go to Gary in Dallas. Gary, what's up, man?
Is Santiago at the fight, or did he move to New York, or what's he doing in New York?
He's there with the name redacted.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, Gary, I'm a mature friend. Like, I understand that people have friendships with people that maybe I don't like. It's okay.
Yeah, good. Oh, yeah,
And
okay.
and I know Santiago's my boy more than anything. So, like, if push comes to shove, Santiago has my back, so it's okay.
So you don't feel like your friend is dating your ex kind of thing?
No, not at all, man.
Like,
Not at all. No.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, look, Haney's a great athlete. He's got a lot of natural ability, but I don't see anything that's special about him. And I know he's gotten the 2 knockouts in a row now, but this was kind of a weird stoppage. And the other knockout, I mean, he loaded up that shot from the bleachers to land it. I mean, I don't see anything special about his power, even though he's getting stoppages. I
don't think anyone's saying that he's a knockout artist.
Okay,
good. Respective to like Ortiz, who like his game is sort of predicated off of knockouts and being that aggressor and being that sort of combination guy. Haney's probably the antithesis to that.
Okay. Like Roy Jones Jr. wasn't looking for knockouts, but the power and the speed was so.
No. I understand completely, but you can also have guys like Bernard Hopkins, who doesn't have the most power. Who a lot of his wins were via decision. He had some KOs, obviously. He had some TKOs as well, but that wasn't predicated off of power. It was more predicated off of skill and landing certain shots and going to the body and making that a priority. Obviously lighter weight classes are more common to have guys that are really talented but not the most heavy hitters. A la Purnell, a la certain guys like that.
Okay. So, like, my point about Tanahara being able, if they sit back and have a jabbing contest, Tanahara's more skilled.
I don't agree with that.
I see a great athlete in Haney who happens to be a boxer. Like, that's what I see. I don't see a precise boxer with refined skills. I see a boxer I see a great athlete with a good jab, who's highly athletic, who moves well, who's physically strong. I don't he doesn't really let the right hand go.
What? Dude, the right hand was going all night and landing all night. Uppercuts, hooks,
for sure.
Pullback counters.
He threw the right hand, it landed for sure, but he didn't let it go enough.
What? I significantly disagree with you, Gary.
All right, let me.
And obviously, we don't have the stats on it, right? But I would recommend going back and watching this fight, Gary, and specifically just looking at the right hand now, because he was throwing it a lot.
It's only 4 rounds. I'll go back and watch it after we get off the phone.
You could. No, you could. You're absolutely right. You could. That's true.
Yeah.
But I would say he was throwing it a lot more than you said. But I will say this: his volume isn't that high. Period. You know what I mean? So like his volume is low overall, but relative to the jab, his right hand was being thrown a lot, and like you said, and I agree with, obviously, it was landing every time it seemed.
Which I don't understand. I'll go back and watch it. I don't think he threw it nearly enough. Against a guy like this, right? Like, against a guy like this, he'll win. He'll pick him apart. He'll land at will. But just like Tanahara's lack of power against the level of guy he fought last, it's not going to stop.
But Tanahara's issue isn't just a lack of power. I think Tanahara is overall not an athlete. I think Tanahara's boxing skill set is overall quite basic. Like I've told you, he's like.
It's basic. Would you say Mikey Garcia's skill is basic?
Yeah, so Mikey adds it with some athleticism, some power, certain things. Especially at like 126, Mikey had some pop, and he had some real movement. I would say Mikey is often called basic, but I wouldn't say he is basic in the sense that what we're talking about. Jesse Vargas is probably more so the comparison that I would make.
I think Mikey Garcia with less power is a better analogy of Tanahara, then
I don't see the athleticism. I don't see the speed. I don't see the footwork. I don't see the head movement.
Okay.
I don't see anything like that yet. I see a really basic guy with a high guard, with a really good jab, but basic fundamentals. Nothing really exciting. Haney has some variance to his game. Has a great uppercut. He is an athlete. I think the speed discrepancy is going to be massive in that fight. Like we saw how big of a deal the speed discrepancy was in this fight. I'll be honest. I think Tanahara is either as slow as Abdullaev or slower.
Oh, there's no. You're calling him again. If you're comparing him to the other lightning quick lightweights like Haney or Lomachenko, obviously he's slower than those guys. But
I didn't compare him to that. I compared him to Abdullaev.
Slow.
I compared him to Abdullaev.
Yeah,
I said he might be slower.
He's faster than Abdullaev. Like he is. I don't know why you're getting this. Like he's not a lightning quick lightweight, but he's also not like some slow plodding fighter. Like he's not a hyper athlete like Haney, but he's also not some slow plodding guy. We were talking about Joe Smith Jr. yesterday, right? Like he's not some slow plodding guy like that. I just think like you have like this idea that Tanahara is just like some slow, flat-footed guy who just learned the basics really well. I think he's better at everything than you're giving him credit for.
Maybe he is, but I haven't seen it yet.
In the last fight.
No, I'm specifically talking about the last fight too. Yeah, that was not good.
I thought he looked great in the last fight.
No, I think he needs some seasoning. I'll put it that way. He needs some years under him before we really talk about him.
Sure. You want to say he's a year or two away from being a year or two away? That's fine. He's only 22.
He's a good 2 or 3 years from where Devin Haney's at right now.
I don't agree with that at all. I think he could beat Devin Haney right now. I don't think Devin Haney's as close to a world championship level as you do. It's going to be tough to get a world because Lomachenko has all the belts. But,
yeah, that wouldn't be an issue though. I mean, Lomachenko just fought 2 DAZN matchroom fighters.
But I think in order for Haney to get a belt, he'd have to beat either Lomachenko.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant from just a pure making the fight perspective. Okay, no, I understand what you're saying. Well, of course, I mean you have Loma at the top of the division, and Loma's probably going to beat the winner of Comey Lopez. So yeah, it's just going to be Loma at the end of it. It's going to be rough, but it's a good fight. I'll take it. I do wish he would fight somebody else that's more of a legitimate top 10 opponent before, to be honest.
He should fight Hector Tanahara next.
No, that's not a top 10 fighter, bro. Beating up on one of Golden Boy's prospects doesn't do anything for him.
It doesn't. It would do a lot for Tanahara, though. Which is the
no, getting beat up by Devin Haney would do nothing for Tanahara.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get beat up by Devin. He could lose, but I also think he could win. I think he could out-jab him, time him, and out-jab him.
I'll be honest, Gary. Your history right now, or your record right now, today, with Texas prospects is pretty low. Okay, Rashad Hicks got knocked out in the first round by Daenerys Lusinoff. It's not looking good for you and your prospect picking.
I picked him. I picked Hicks because that's my guy, right? He's a great dude. He's a great person. And he's only fought at the Texas local level, right? He fought at Texas club shows and small venues. I had no idea how he was going to look against a gold medalist, and he was out of his league. It looked like. What do you want me to say? He stepped up and.
Okay, Gary, 92 in the chat is saying Javier Fortuna versus Devin Haney. Buy or sell?
Oh, I buy that. I buy that all day. I mean, Fortuna would probably miss weight, but no, that's a great fight. I would love to see that fight.
Okay, now, Gary, unfortunately, I do have to push this along because we have another caller. I do want to get out of here. Thoughts on the Hardy Serrano fight, and then take off.
Yeah, I thought Hardy actually and I know it was one-sided, but I thought Hardy fought better than I expected. Like, I thought Hardy was going to get destroyed. And she mostly did, but, like, she was tough. She was in the fight. I thought she won a couple of rounds, which I was not expecting. I just think Serrano, and I know Clarissa Shields and stuff was the gold medalist, and she's a lot younger. But, like, it would be in real, Serrano's the best woman fighter in the world. Like, she should be considered up there with the Williams sisters as, like, dominant female athletes in their sport. There's no one in or around that weight class that's even going to be competitive with her. Like, she's that good.
Agreed. Like, the only way she loses is if she moves up to 135 and fights Katie Taylor.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. In and around the weight class, she's not gonna lose to anybody. Not anytime soon. All right, I'll let you get to your next call.
Thank you, Gary. Always appreciate it. Before we go to you, 503, and God, who is this? You call in infrequently, but I know this number. It's from like either like North Carolina or like South Carolina, I believe. Before we go to you, okay, we're going to break down this breaking news per Lance Pugmire. The sort of, I think, hopefully finishing up and wrapping up the Ryan Garcia saga in some aspect. Lance Pugmire reporting, source tells The Athletic deal appears in place for King Ryan Garcia to take a replacement fight versus Peter Petrov at a 143-pound catchweight tomorrow night at the Dignity Health Sports, whatever, blah, blah. Weigh-in expected tomorrow morning. So, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we are getting the Ryan Garcia-Peter Petrov sort of step-in, late-notice fight. I love that matchup. Potentially a harder matchup than A.V. Sparrow as well. At least you can probably make the statement that Peter Petrov is more tested and has fought better opponents than Avery Sparrow. But whatever may be the factor, I am curious as to know the dealings between Golden Boy and Ryan Garcia and how they sort of made up. But let's go out to 503 and take the last call of the night, it seems. And 503, God, who is this? Where are you calling from? And I feel like trash for having to ask this. 503. 503.
Hey, yo, what up, Matt? Hey, yo, what up?
What up? Who is this?
Hey, yo, what up? Hey, so, yeah, let me, I didn't get to see this event, but, I wanted to listen to the commentary, because, I want to give you a shout out for, having a live commentary because, I'm at work and I'm not able to, see the shit live. So, I want to give you a shout out first because, you hold them down for that. So,
thank you, man.
But yeah, real quick, man, but as far as Serrano and, what's her name? Heather Hardy. I know these. I've seen these two girls fight. They both had some MMA fights too. We saw. I believe Heather Hardy got her ass with both times. I remember Amanda Serrano in MMA. I believe she took a draw in her first fight, and then I think she won the second time. I believe, and but both fights were tough. I remember. If you remember the first fight with Amanda Serrano, she got taken down and she took some ground and pound for the first time, and she she took more hits, in that for her first MMA fight than she's ever, in her boxing fight, or her boxing career. So, but as far as that, it's kind of nice to see them put together. And Amanda Serrano, how she is. She's fucking tough, man. She's Puerto Rican. She's got, she's got that hot Latin blood in her. So, shout out to her. But we all saw this coming. And in all honesty, too, man, I want to give props to Heather Hardy because I thought she was going to get TKO'd before the fifth round, and just didn't think she had a. I just didn't think she. I just thought she was too small. She didn't. She doesn't pack a punch. But hey, man, she did it. She went the distance with Amanda Serrano. So shout out to her, man. She's tough as hell. So but yeah. But as far as Amanda Serrano, what they say Katie Taylor's next or whatever. So that's all right. I'm kind of, I'm not hating that. You know what I mean? There's not too many women out there in her division where she could kind of spark up another rivalry or a big name or so. Because I believe, I think her division is kind of low key. You know what I mean? If I remember, if you remember BN Sports when they were alive, they would always show women boxing.
Yes.
And I believe there was a few fighters there that would have, taken the opportunity. But you know them, man. They're a bunch of Mexicans, and I don't know if in all honesty, I don't know if Amanda wants to fight a Mexican. It seems like she always fights all these all these other female fighters, so that aren't willing to fight back. So. But also, too, man, if I could be honest 100%, dude, like, I like Amanda. I like this, these women are trying to, do their thing or whatever. And but Amanda, like, I got a little problem with, in all honesty, I just want to be, like, honest about this. Like, her claiming, how many divisions is she claiming now? 7 or something like that? And,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I've seen her Twitter. I follow her on Twitter, and she has her posts where, like, on her banner there, she has all these other divisional champions like Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd, Pacquiao, and I'm kind of like thinking like, well, I don't know if you kind of deserve to be up there with them. I mean, I'm not trying to hate, but the thing is that you haven't gotten in tough like they have.
Well, no,
you know
it's
what I mean, like going up and you know what I mean.
A great example would be like Adrian Broner, right? A 3-weight division champion. Like what champions did he beat for those belts? You know what I mean? Like
That's exactly what I'm saying.
No, I completely understand your argument. It's the same thing. Like not all champions are created equal. Not all mandatories are created equal. Not all title reigns are the same. Not all undisputed championships are the same. Like no, I completely understand what you're saying. If you contextualize her reign, does it mean the same comparative to these other 7-weight division champions or 8 division champions like Manny Pacquiao? No, it really doesn't. But relative maybe to like women's boxing, she is obviously in a rare stratosphere of talent, but the talent obviously that she fought wasn't the greatest. We can be honest about that. And on top of that, she fought for a bunch of vacant belts. That is true.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And plus, they're still going 2-minute rounds, only 2-minute 10 rounds. It's kind of like, I mean, in all honesty, men. The men are like, they're put in tough. You know what I mean? They got to go 12 when they used to go 15. I don't know, man. It seems kind of like, it's like, they're kind of, sugarcoating everything these days for the females. You know what I mean? Like Clarissa Shields, too. Like, she's got all these belts, but really, she's got one really good notable win. I don't know, man. It's just, I mean, I'm not trying to hate, but the thing is that, like, they always try to, say like equal rights, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So, if you want to equalize this shit, then, fucking be real about it. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you have to understand.
He got put in tough.
Well, you have to understand that women's boxing was only accepted to the Olympic level within the 21st century. And it's only really been allowed to be televised to this degree in the last 3 years. So the opportunities for divisions to build haven't been there. There's been no active effort to build divisions ever in women's boxing. Compare that to, let's say, women's MMA, right? Where like women's straw weight in 115-pound weight class in women's MMA is deep. It's talent-filled. From like Thug Rose, Nami Yunus, Tatiana Suarez, Zhang Weili, Jordana Jacek. You go down the list. There's a top 20 of amazing fighters you can list there. That took time to build. That didn't come overnight from Ronda Rousey. That took decades to build. So it's one of those things where, yes, do they sugarcoat some of these champions? Of course, but they sugarcoat every champion. Look at Tyson Fury's entire rebranding. It's not a women-only thing that they get sugarcoated. Men get sugarcoated because that's what networks and promoters do. They sugarcoat shit. So I don't think it's necessarily a women-only issue. I think the issue that you're speaking of about women's depth, which I think we all know is an issue, can only get addressed if you invest in women's boxing. You understand what I'm saying? And until that happens, that issue never gets resolved, to be honest.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. But I understand, bro. But you know what I mean? I just feel like every time there's a women's fight, there's always a belt, somehow, and I don't know.
Bro, Devin Haney Abdullaev just fought for a WBC interim belt But it's the same thing for men.
That's true. Which I 100% don't agree. Like, it's an interim belt. Those kind of should not be defended. But I get it. It's boxing. There's so many belts out there. It's a thing, right? But it's just. But I don't know, whatever the fuck. But it's just, I know, I get it. And as far as Devin Haney too, he put his guy away. Listen to the commentary again from you, and he's a pretty solid fighter. But in all honesty too, he's like obviously he's a prospect. But the thing is that I almost see him as fucking what's his name, the British dude, Yard. What's his name, Anthony Yard.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean, with the flashiness, and you see him only hitting the pads with trying to be flashy in the gym and. You know what I mean? Like, you've seen it, all the pad work and shit. And, but like, I see both of them almost the same, where they got to prove themselves instead of always trying to look good for the cameras and all that shit. And, but, Devin Haney, two knockdowns or 2 knockouts in a row, which is really good for him. And, cause obviously if I remember correctly, bro, I don't think he ever got any knockdowns or any knockouts in, on Showbox when he used to be on there for a while. And, but he looks like a young, hungry kid. You know what I mean? I like where he's coming from. He's fighting hungry, and but he's still a prospect. We got to see what he's got to do. And but yeah, man. As far as Devin Haney, he's got to prove himself. That's that's about it. Like like the other prospects too. Like what's his name? Shakur Stevens. The kind of all these new fighters. What's his name? Michael Conlon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I just they got to prove themselves. You know what I mean? And these days, like let's see them fight for like not a vacant belt, like when they're going for like world belts, right? For like a world title, like for their first world title, like let them actually earn it. Like, not get a fucking vacant belt like Broner, like every time Broner gets a belt, it's like it's vacant somehow, and he capitalizes on the, like you said, capitalizes on the opportunity, and then he's like a 4-time division world champion or something, So, but yeah, man, yeah, that's what that's all I got to say on that. And but yeah, man, let me get out of here, brother. Want to give you a shout out. And I was looking up for it's funny, man. I was looking up on YouTube, who's doing their like a live podcast because I wanted to listen to this. And but shout out to you, man. I typed it in and you're the first one that came up. So I just want to give you a shout out, brother. And thanks for having me on.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. We have one more caller, actually. 647. 647. Who is this? Where are you calling from?
What's popping? It's Jay.
What's up, Jay?
What's happening, bro? You good?
Yes. Yes. What's up?
Bro, I can't stand the disrespect in the chat and on your side for Amanda Serrano. You better give that woman her respect.
She's extremely talented. She's a top 5.
Never been done in women's boxing, bro. Nah, I'm just bullshitting, man. I'm just bullshitting. I know half of those wins are against 2 and 4 negative record girls, but I mean, a world title. I'm not gonna say a world title is a world title, but you know what I mean. What do you think about it?
I think it's not a mutually exclusive thing. Like Amanda Serrano could clearly be a top 5 pound for pound women's boxer right now. Clearly be.
You don't think she is right now?
No, I think she is. But we can also heavily criticize her resume and the way she has sort of title hunted at times and belt hunted at times. And I think those two. I think we can. I think fighters that go for vacant belts and fight competition that is subpar should not be viewed as the same as champions that have fought great competition to grab those belts. I think that's an obvious statement. I think that's common sense. But that doesn't automatically mean she has no wins of value. Doesn't automatically mean that she's not talented or skilled. Doesn't mean she's not pound for pound talent. It just means, hey, she has some wins here, some title fights that have been clearly chosen on her and her team's side for a reason. It's a vacant belt. It's for it's against a person that isn't the best champion in that weight class, whatever the case may be. And we can criticize that. I think that's a safe thing to do. Those I know fans. I know I'm not talking to you, Jay, but I know a lot of people are of this mindset like you have to either be like for or against something. And with this case, I think we as a community can safely say, and we should say, Amanda Serrano is extremely talented. But hey, some of these fights and some of these belts she's grabbed aren't the greatest. But hey, Heather Hardy, great win for you. Amazing win. Some of these other wins, not so great.
I give her that.
You know, and I think that's healthy to do.
Do you think there's anybody in boxing who has, in women's boxing, who has the potential of being that bitch? You know what I mean? Like that girl who's like the next. I don't want to say the next, you know who, but on that pedestal.
Not right now. I'll be honest. This era to me reminds me a lot of when like women started gaining fights on like Bodog fights. I don't know if you remember that back in the day. Or like Elite XC. And I'm like that transition to Showtime and Strikeforce really investing in Gina Carano. We're right on that moment in women's boxing history, I think. But I don't think that Gina Carano is there yet. And we need a Gina Carano before we get to a Ronda Rousey. Maybe Shields is that. Maybe Katie Taylor is that in Europe. But right now it's not. It's not there yet. And we need a Carano before we get to a Rousey.
100%. I agree with that. I see a point. Did you see? You saw Toronto's. You see her first fight at Combate Americas,
Yes.
whatever. Her first big fight.
Yeah.
Hard to watch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not that great.
Fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Hey, so what do you think about the Devin Haney, man? How do you think he did? Scale 1 to 10. What do you give him?
Probably like an 8.
Great.
Yeah, probably give him like an 8.
I don't understand the people talking about power this, power that. The man's $135. You know what I mean? He's making up for what am I trying to say? For not having power, he's making up for it in speed, combination punching. Not like 4 or 5 punch combinations, but you see, you know what I'm saying? He's making it up for excitement. He looks for finishes. You can't tell me that each of these fights, at least his last 4 or 5 fights, he hasn't been looking for the finish.
No, he's been improving drastically from fight to fight. I think the whole power narrative staples or comes from his earlier fights on Showbox when he wasn't really going for knockouts. He was much more defensive minded, and I'll be honest, a little bit boring. I think that's where the narrative stems from, to be quite honest. But I don't think it's as much of a factor as people make it out to be.
And even if he isn't a power puncher, what's the problem? You know what his style reminds me of? I don't know if you see it the same way, but his style reminds me a lot of Boo Boo, of Andre.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. No, I see the similarities.
Very strong punches, shifty on like a lot of upper body movement. You know what I mean?
I agree completely.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't have a problem. I mean, I can't speak for anybody else, but I don't have any problem watching Demetrius fight. You know what I mean? As far as entertainment wise, I could watch Devin Haney fight 12 rounds, no problem, easily.
You're a better fan than me.
You can't. You what? You don't. The art.
Now I'll put it this way. Look, Andrade. No, there's some fights that I'm like, look, I don't need to keep watching this.
Science, fam. Come on, bro. Nah, I feel you with that. What do you think is what's next for him?
Andrade? Oh, I don't know. There was. Look, he's gonna be at the press conference tomorrow in LA for the KSI Logan Paul. I'm gonna be there. I don't know if they're going to announce his next fight that's going to be on that card or whatever, but he's going to be there. That's what they said on the telecast. So I'll get a chance to ask Andrade what's up and why he wasn't mentioned more for a Triple G fight or a Canelo fight.
Really?
But
I'm talking about Haney, but no, that's interesting too, because I need to see Andrade fight a top three guy, man. I can't watch him fight the Seleckies and the Akovovs, whatever the hell, the Walter Kawaka, whatever. I can't.
Walter Katandoka.
I'm sorry, I can't deal with it.
Yes. The legend, Walter.
Like, I don't need to see him fight Triple G or Charlo.
I think one of the first questions I will ask him is, why are there not ongoing public negotiations with Jamal Charlo and PBC for unification? Why have there been no offers sent off? Why has Eddie Hearn not been out in the public saying, hey, we've sent an offer to Charlo and Heyman?
And I feel like when it comes to the Charlos, I feel like they're just, not that they're ducking, because I'm not going to say that, because I don't think they are, but I feel like their management or their promotion, the promoters, they're taking every single precaution for them to fight at the very best moment, and they're missing all these opportunities. Like, I'm not trying to diss. Brandon Adams is a good guy. I was watching him on the Contender. He was knocking motherfuckers out. You feel me? But at 150, at 160 now he's at, Jamal? Who's that? You know what I mean? You have Canelo. You have Derevyanchenko. Well, he has a fight with Triple G coming up. But you got a lot of good guys. You have Andrade, you got Lemieux, you know what I mean? Let's see this fight.
No, I agree. Agree completely. Anything else, Jay?
Oh, man. There's one more thing I don't remember. I'm completely out of it. Yeah, I just finished work. You watching the Tyson fight and the Gaethje fight tomorrow?
I'm obviously gonna be watching them. I have not decided what we're gonna do in terms of content.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll be honest. I'm leaning Cerrone Gaethje because come on.
Trust me, man. I think anybody who's not a fan of MMA just sit them down at a computer screen, pull up your little UFC Fight Pass, show them Gaethje's last 5 fights, and boom, there you have it. MMA fan.
Agreed. Thanks for the call, Jay.
All right, bro. Do your thing.
Always appreciate it. We're going to head out of here because I am exhausted, hungry. Thank you, everyone, for calling in. And on top of that, like, for all the nice words that everyone's been saying. Like,
you're the only person that says that.
Thank you. Like, Unknown, Jay, the person that was a little bit upset about women's boxing. Like, again, appreciate everyone's very kind words about the show tonight. Always appreciate it. I'll be honest. It's been a tough week for the show in some aspects, so I've been feeling kind of down, and these nice comments lifted me up, so appreciate it. And shout out to the troll caller, because that was funny. That was great. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go back earlier in the show, and you're going to find it eventually. But find me, Matt Hunter, MCR, all platforms. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe, patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio. And what else? That's about it. Yeah. Peace.
Fuck that shit. Fuck boxing. Fuck boxing.
You're the only person that says that.
Everybody's on steroids. The whole UFC, everybody.
I am Phil. I'm very Phil.
Who the fuck is that guy?
You disrespect boxing, you piece of shit!
Hey, pussy, are you still there?